I'm not going to mention Masonic owls in this Leeds video. Well, apart from this intro, and maybe a little bit later. There will be police references after all. While shooting some background photos for the Leeds Welcome Art Trail video, I looked north up Little Queen Street from Wellington Street and thought, that looks Art Deco, so wandered over to investigate what I was later to find out is Brotherton House. Brotherton House was built for Brotherton Co, a Yorkshire chemical company. In 1878, Edward Brotherton became a partner in the Wakefield-based Dyson Brothers, forming Dyson Brothers and Brotherton, their main concern being ammonia liquor, produced in large amounts by the coal gas industry. Edward bought out the Dyson Brothers, changing the name to Brotherton Co in 1881, and by 1902 Brotherton Co was said to be the largest private chemical company in the country. Brotherton's wife Mary Jane Brooks and their child died in labour, and he never remarried, concentrating his efforts on the business, also serving as an MP for Wakefield and Mayor of Leeds. He donated to the YMCA, Salvation Army, Wakefield Hospital etc, and in 1927 gave £100,000 towards the cost of the new Leeds University library buildings which bear his name, and in 1929 presented another £30,000 for library upkeep and administration. Edward died on the 21st of October 1930, aged 74. Brotherton House was opened as the company headquarters in 1956, but just 1 year later in 1957 Brotherton Co were bought by British Chrome Chemicals, later to be renamed Associated Chemical Company. As a result, Brotherton House and their 2-floor 12,500 square feet research block on Kirkstall Lane were surplus to requirements and put up for sale. Victor Bain was the architect of Brotherton House. He also designed the Ford dealership Tate of Leeds on New York Road, which is now Safe Store self-storage. Rising 6 stories with rooftop garden and underground car park, the structure encompasses 56,000 square feet between Westgate and St Paul's Street. Erected by George Wimpey & Co Limited, the elevations are faced with Italian quartzite, Cumberland slate, Portland stone and brick. The most striking features though are the twin circular staircase towers at each end of the building, lending the Art Deco air. On Monday, January the 14th, 1963, the Times of London reported Knight Frank Rutley had handled sale negotiations between Associated Chemical Company and Leeds City Council, resulting in a purchase price of £300,000, also stating the council intended their acquisition to be used by the city police force. The police took over in 1965 and built a Masonic lodge in the underground car park. Oh no, my mistake. That was where they used to beat up suspects to gain confessions. Probably. A post on the secretleeds.com forum describes the layout of Brotherton House police headquarters during the 1970s. The first floor hosted the offices of the Chief Constable, Deputy Chief Constable and Assistant Chief Constables and their administrative staff. Conference rooms were also located on this level. The second floor was occupied by the training department and scenes of crime, studio, fingerprints and photography department. The third floor housed the CID, including the head of CID and his deputy. Criminal Record Office and CID Administration Department also resided here. Floor 4 contained the Prosecutions Department and later housed a control system for controlling and monitoring all of the traffic lights in Leeds. The canteen and a large flat for the use of Chief Constables comprised the 5th floor. When the police moved out, Brotherton House was put up for sale in April 2012 and acquired by J. Pullen & Sons for an undisclosed fee in December 2012. 2014 saw development plans announced for 63 apartments, but 2 years later, with no work undertaken, a January 2016 post on skyscrapercity.com displayed photos of work being started by Future Labs to refurbish Brotherton House as a tech hub. However, my visit of mid-October 2016 showed little progress.